There is a simple liquid that can break down almost any clog sitting inside your home pipes. It cuts through grease, hair, soap buildup, and even hard mineral layers faster than most people expect. The surprising part is you can make it right in your own kitchen without any special tools. You only need two everyday items that are easy to find at any grocery store. The cost is incredibly low, almost nothing compared to what people usually spend. Most homeowners pay big money when their drains get blocked. A single visit from a plumber can cost a few $100s. Store-bought drain cleaners are cheaper than plumbers, but still expensive over time. Those bottles you see on shelves often sell for way more than they should. What many people do not realize is that these products use basic ingredients. In fact, those same ingredients are probably already in your home right now. Years ago, people did not depend on expensive services for small problems like clogged drains. They handled it themselves using simple and reliable methods. Many families passed these tricks down from one generation to the next. It was normal knowledge, something everyone just knew. Back then, people did not rush to call a professional for every little issue. They trusted easy solutions that worked again and again. Over time, that knowledge slowly started to disappear. New products came into the market with strong branding and bold promises. Companies began turning basic solutions into high-priced items. What used to cost almost nothing became a full business industry. The more people forgot the simple way, the more they depended on paid services. This change did not happen overnight, it grew step by step. Slowly, people stopped thinking about what was already in their kitchen. Instead, they trusted labels, ads, and expert services. But the original method never stopped working. It was just pushed out of everyday thinking. Here at Life Hack Factory, we bring back these forgotten ideas. We focus on simple solutions that actually work in real life. This is not about complicated science or expensive tools. It is about using what you already have in a smart way. Long before modern plumbing tools existed, people still managed water systems. Ancient builders even found ways to clean block channels. They noticed that certain natural liquids could break down buildup. That discovery stayed useful for hundreds of years. Later on, simple powders were also found to be powerful cleaners. When these powders were mixed with certain liquids, something interesting happened. A strong, bubbling reaction would start right away. That reaction pushed through dirt and buildup inside pipes. It was like a natural pressure system working from the inside. Families quickly learned how helpful this could be. They kept these ingredients close because they had many uses. Cleaning drains was just one of them. In many homes, this method became a regular routine. People would clean their pipes every month without thinking twice. It saved money and prevented bigger problems later. Back then, plumbers were mostly called for serious damage. Simple clogs were never considered a big deal. Handling them at home was normal and easy. The process was quick and did not require much effort. Within a short time, the drain would be flowing again. As years passed, industries began growing around home maintenance. Services became more specialized and more expensive. At the same time, basic knowledge started fading away. People began to feel unsure about fixing things themselves. That fear made them depend more on outside help. Businesses took advantage of that shift. They created products that looked advanced but used simple formulas. Packaging changed, prices increased, and marketing took over. What was once a common household trick became something people rarely talked about. Many stores stopped showing the basic items together. Instead, they filled shelves with branded cleaning products. The focus moved from simple solutions to expensive ones. But the truth never changed. The original method still works just as well today. You do not need to spend a lot of money to fix a simple clog. You do not need to panic when your sink stops draining. The solution is still within reach, right inside your home. All it takes is knowing what to use and how to use it. That is exactly what Life Hack Factory is here to share. We break down simple ideas so anyone can understand them. No confusion, no complicated steps, just real solutions. This is only the beginning of what you are about to learn. There is a reason why this method has lasted for generations, and once you see how it works, you may never look at drain cleaning the same way again. Now let's talk about why this simple method actually works so well. It all comes down to a basic chemical reaction that happens right inside your drain. When these two common kitchen ingredients meet, they create a fast and powerful reaction. That reaction releases gas almost instantly. This gas builds pressure inside the pipe. The pressure pushes against the clog from the inside. It works like a gentle force that breaks things apart. At the same time, a thick foam starts forming. This foam spreads through the pipe and reaches deep into the blockage. As it moves, it helps loosen grease and sticky buildup. It also lifts dirt from the inner walls of the pipe. Think of it like a deep clean happening out of sight. The bubbling action is not just for show. It actually helps move everything along toward the drain exit. This is why the method works on many common clogs. Grease from cooking is one of the biggest causes of blockages. Over time, it sticks to the pipe walls and gets thicker. The reaction helps break that grease into smaller pieces. Once broken, it can be washed away easily. Hair clogs are another common problem, especially in bathrooms. Hair gets tangled and traps other debris. The reaction helps loosen those tangles so they can move. Soap buildup is also a hidden issue in many homes. It slowly forms a layer inside the pipes. The foam softens that layer and helps clear it out. Even mineral buildup can be reduced with the right approach. This is why this method is so useful for everyday situations. Experts have tested similar reactions in controlled settings. They found that most soft clogs can be cleared with this method. The results were very close to expensive store products. The difference in performance was small, but the price difference was huge. That is what makes this method stand out. It gives strong results without high costs. But here is something even more important. Using this method regularly can prevent clogs from forming at all. Instead of waiting for a problem, you stop it before it starts. That means fewer headaches and less stress. Many people only think about fixing problems after they happen, but prevention is always easier than repair. A simple monthly routine can keep your drains clear. It only takes a few minutes and very little effort. And it saves a lot of money over time. Here at Life Hack Factory, we always focus on smart habits like this. Small actions can make a big difference in the long run. Now let's go step by step on how to use this method at home. Start by heating water until it is very hot. Carefully pour the hot water down the clogged drain. This helps soften grease and loosen the blockage. Give it a few minutes to settle inside the pipe. Next, add a small amount of baking soda into the drain. Make sure it goes straight inside and does not spill. Right after that, pour in white vinegar. As soon as the vinegar touches the baking soda, the reaction begins. You will hear fizzing and bubbling sounds. This means the process is working. Cover the drain opening with a cloth or stopper. This helps push the reaction downward instead of letting it escape. Let it sit and work inside the pipe. Do not rush this part, give it enough time. After waiting, pour more hot water down the drain. This flushes everything out and clears the pipe. For tougher clogs, you can repeat the process again. Sometimes a second round helps. Break down stubborn buildup. In the kitchen, grease can be harder to remove. Adding a little dish soap can help in those cases. The soap works with the reaction to cut through oil. In the bathroom, hair clogs need a slightly different approach. Adding salt before the mixture can improve results. The rough texture helps break apart tangled hair. Then the reaction finishes the job. For mineral buildup, using warm vinegar alone can be helpful. Let it sit longer so it can break down hard deposits. This works well for slow water flow issues. All these variations are simple and easy to try. You do not need special tools or training, just basic items and a little patience. The cost stays very low no matter how often you use it. Compared to yearly spending on cleaners or services, the savings are huge. Some people have saved hundreds of dollars just by switching methods. That is money staying in your pocket instead of going to repairs. The biggest advantage is control. You are no longer dependent on outside help for small issues. You can handle them quickly. On your own, this gives you confidence in managing your home. And that is exactly what Life Hack Factory is all about. Simple solutions that make everyday life easier. You do not need to overcomplicate things. Sometimes the best answer is the simplest one. Now you know how this method works and how to use it. And once you try it, you will see the results for yourself. Now let's take a closer look at something most people never think about. Why was this simple method never clearly explained to you before? Why do so many people still spend big money on something so easy to fix? The answer has a lot to do with how industries grow over time. When a simple problem turns into a business opportunity, things start to change. Companies look for ways to make solutions feel more complex than they really are. That way, people are more likely to pay for help. Drain cleaning is a perfect example of this shift. What used to be a quick home task slowly became a paid service, and over time, that service turned into a massive industry. Many companies now depend on people not knowing simple solutions. If everyone fixed their own minor clogs, those businesses would lose a lot of work. So the focus moved from teaching to selling. Instead of showing easy fixes, the message became more about risk and fear. People were told that doing it themselves could cause damage. They were warned about pipes breaking or expensive repairs. This made many homeowners feel unsure about trying anything on their own. As a result, they picked up the phone instead, or they bought expensive products that promised fast results. Those products often look advanced, but many use basic ingredients. The difference is in the packaging and the price. A simple formula becomes a premium solution once it is branded. This is how everyday items turn into high-cost products. It is not always about better performance. Sometimes it is just about better marketing. At Life Hack Factory, we believe people should know the truth behind these things. Not to avoid professionals completely, but to make smarter choices. Because there are times when you really do need expert help. For example, if there is a serious blockage deep in the system, or if there is damage inside the pipes. Those are situations where tools and experience matter. but most everyday clogs are not that serious. They are caused by normal use over time, and they can be handled with simple methods like the one you just learned. Understanding the difference is very important. It helps you decide when to act and when to call for help. This balance can save you both time and money. Another important point is safety. Many store-bought cleaners are very strong. They can be harsh on your pipes if used too often. Some can even cause long-term wear inside the system, but simple kitchen solutions are much gentler. They focus on breaking down buildup without damaging surfaces. This makes them a safer option for regular use. It is a smarter way to maintain your home over time. There is also a bigger picture to think about. When people rely only on paid solutions, they lose basic skills. They become less confident in handling small problems. But when you learn simple fixes, you gain independence. You feel more in control of your space, and that confidence carries into other areas of life. This is why sharing knowledge is so powerful. One person learns something, and then they pass it on. Soon, more people start saving money and solving problems easily. It creates a ripple effect in everyday life. There are real stories of people who tried this method and saw quick results. Some avoided expensive service calls completely. Others started using it as a regular habit. In many cases, neighbors even shared the method with each other. That is how simple ideas spread. Not through ads, but through real results. And that is exactly what we aim to do at Life Hack Factory. Bring back useful knowledge that people can trust. No hype, no confusion, just clear and helpful ideas. Now you have everything you need to handle common drain problems. You know how the method works, you know how to use it step by step, and you understand when it makes sense to use it. This puts you ahead of most homeowners already, because many people are still relying on expensive solutions, while you now have a simple and effective option at home. Before we wrap this up, remember one key idea: simple does not mean weak. Sometimes the simplest methods are the most reliable, and this is one of those cases. If this helped you see things differently, stay connected with Life Hack Factory. There are many more simple ideas that can make your daily life easier. Share this with someone who might need it. It could save them time, money, and stress. And if you enjoy learning smart home tips like this, make sure to follow the channel. This is just one of many practical solutions we bring to you. More helpful content is on the way, and each one is designed to keep things simple and useful.